What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Locked Up 365. If you're new to my channel and you like jail-related content, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so you can be notified as soon as a video touches down. Alright, so today I'm going to be answering the question that everybody always asks me when they find out I did 5 years in county jail, and that is, what is there to do in there? What did you do for 5 years? Today I'm going to be answering that question. So I'm going to start off with, first thing you want to do when you get in jail. It's hard, but once you get sentenced, you need to get into a routine if you're not already in one. Like if you're in jail waiting to be indicted and all that, you're going to be locked up at least 4 months. Alright, so what I mean by routine, there's a lot of people that will just get up, eat breakfast, go back to sleep. They won't wake up until 10 o'clock or 11 till lunch. And they'll walk laps all day long. That's all they do is walk laps, drink coffee, and talk to people while they're walking laps. Or you got the people that will wake up at lunch and work out all day. Like periodically throughout the day, not constant all day. But they'll work out for an hour or two right after lunch. And then they'll chill, watch TV, whatever. And then they'll go work out again at 6 o'clock after dinner. So you just got to break up your routine. Like you got to have something to look forward to. And that will break up your time, make the days seem like they go by a little bit faster. Because if you're just sitting on your rack and you ain't doing nothing but sitting there thinking, you're in your own head and you're literally just doing bad time at that point. So the best thing to do is get into a good routine. But as far as what there is to do in jail, alright, so in Kentucky, you can work. If your final sentence and you have time, you can go to work at one of the camps, or they might have a Class D dorm where you get to work. Now that will break up your time, and that's the best thing to do is go out and work. So it gets your mind off stuff regardless of what you're doing. Even if you're just working in the hallways, at least you're not in the cell. And by the time you get off work, you're tired. You done walked around all day, like serving trays or whatever, and you're ready to take a shower and crash. Alright, so Friday and Saturday are late nights. So late nights usually last until 1:30 in the morning. I'm a poker player. So on Saturday night, I would stay up till 1:30. I would literally play poker for 13 hours straight. Alright, so one of the main things in jail that you're going to see if you get locked up, that is poker, spades, euchre, any kind of card game, period. Hearts, you're going to see it, you're going to learn it. If you do any kind of time, you're going to come out of there being a master at cards, like, because that's all people want to do is play cards. It passes the time. Now, if it wasn't poker, like I could play a few hands of spades, but I couldn't play all day like some of them guys. And depending on where you're at, some people will hold like spade tournaments and stuff like that. Alright, so like I said, this depends on the type of person you are. Are you a walker? Do you want to walk laps? Or are you a gambler? Do you want to play poker? Or are you a bookworm? Because there are tons of books. So if you like reading books, you could literally sit there and kill your whole day out just reading book after book. Because if you go to a dorm with 70, 80 people, there's probably like 300 or 400 books in there because people like to hoard books. They'll sit there and read it. If it's a good one, they'll keep it. There's a lot of board games. There's a lot of jails that have like Monopoly. Heck, I sit there and watch people play Risk for like 3 days straight. They literally bribe the guards into letting them keep the Risk game on the table overnight and not take it down just so they could finish their game the next day, and it ended up lasting 3 days. Like, it was crazy. I would have gave up after a few hours. But there is one problem with the board games. People will take like the Monopoly. They'll take the money out and they'll take the dice out of like the Risk and Monopoly, and they'll shoot craps with it and, sit there and bet. And they'll keep them dice. They won't put them back in the board game. They'll keep the Monopoly money and, use it as like currency in the game. Like 20 Monopoly monies might equal out to one noodle or whatever, Alright, so one of the major problems with the board games is usually it don't have all the pieces. So typically what happens is people will take the Monopoly money and take the dice and they'll shoot craps with it and they'll never put the stuff back. And the dollars, Monopoly money, whatever, that gets all ripped up from where they're folding it and everything else. And there's also a lot of people, like if you like to watch Netflix or TV, there's also a lot of people, they will literally just sit in a chair or on the little sofa thing, which is hard as crap. But they'll literally just sit there all day long and watch FX, the movie channel, and they won't get up for nothing. So there definitely is something for you to do in jail, but you have to go and do it. You can't sit on your rack and mope about you being in jail, about you missing your family and everything else. That's not going to change anything. You need to get up, be proactive, go work out, go walk laps, go meet people, play spades, euchre, poker, go read a book. Whatever you like to do, just don't sit there. That is the main thing. Don't sit there and frown and cry and whine. Just get up and do something, and it will break your time up, make the days go by fast. And there is a lot of games like Uno and stuff like that. I did leave that out, but there is Uno and stuff like that. Each jail has different games. Some jails don't have any games. Some jails literally just throw you in there and you got a TV and like 10 bunks. But if you get stuck in a 10-man dorm, there's not going to be no Monopoly, Uno. The only thing you're going to be able to get is a deck of cards, and you're going to probably have to buy that off commissary, or you might be lucky and there might be one still in there from where somebody left them. But other than that, there's not a lot to do in a 10-man pod other than work out and watch TV. If you would like to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, or if you would like to donate to Locked Up 365, I'm going to leave the links in the description below. Thanks for watching Locked Up 365.